Hello, this is the Tradesight U.S. Stocks and Futures Market Preview for Thursday the 12th and Friday the 13th of November 2015. Yes, this is for 2 days. This is coming off of the Wednesday Memorial Day bank holiday. The markets were fairly slow, didn't do a lot, and we'll talk about that in a moment, but we didn't expect much. It's a U.S. bank holiday. Frankly, the stock market should be closed. What it really does, unfortunately, is it creates some poor action setups technically for the next day because all the stocks traded a lot less volume. So here's a look at the ES front month futures contract. This is the daily chart. And as you can see, kind of rolled a little bit over the last week or so, but that's about it. Just had gotten back up to where we started the fall in August, and now rolling over just a bit. So for the session on Wednesday, such as it was, S&P lost 6.7 points, basically stayed inside the prior day's range. NDX lost 4.79. SOX was up less than a point, which is meaningless. Biotech's down 49.32. It's an okay move for the biotechs. The VIX was up 77 cents to 1606. Crude oil gained a few cents to 43.07. And gold was down 3. NASDAQ volume closed at 1.5 billion shares, obviously very light. Monday and Tuesday were better. Hopefully Thursday is improved as well. The trend closed at 1.45. That brings the 10-day moving average to 1.12, which is not overly interesting. Advanced decline ratio continued to be negative 800 on the NASDAQ, just like the prior day was even worse, negative 434 on the New York. Google up 6.99, closing at a new high of 765.25 on Google. Apple down 66 cents. Amazon up 13.57. Again, we keep pointing out these Googles and Amazons of the world probably are going to generally trend higher all the way to the end of the year. Nobody wants to sell them and lock in the tax gains for the year. So the stocks that are up like this, that doesn't mean every day is up. You can't just buy and hold, but you're going to see a lot of days like this on those stocks all the way into the back of the year. Here's Netflix now forming a cup and handle, looking like it wants to break out. All right, let's take a look at the intraday action. These 5-minute candles. And you can see really Monday's closed to Tuesday. Tuesday was a flat opening. We went lower, came back up a bit, and closed slightly positive. Wednesday, a small gap up, filled it, went lower, came back to the highs in the middle of lunch or starting lunch, and then just basically drifted for the rest of the session. So an unexciting Wednesday for Veterans Day, as we usually would expect. Here's the NASDAQ side. A little more range. The funny thing about these is without the volume in the market, things can push around a little easier. So the NASDAQ side actually had a wider range than Tuesday. Tuesday was the more boring day. We still had some nice trades, a couple of them on Wednesday. BIB trade on the long side. Rich was doing BABA on the short side. All worked out, but we did it all early and moved on, as you should on that sort of a holiday. Only happens twice a year, Veterans Day and Columbus Day. All right, so what do we have moving forward here? So we've got some data, kind of changes the data outlook for the rest of the week because of the bank holiday on Wednesday. So on Thursday, we've got MBA mortgage index at 7 a.m. Eastern time, the weekly initial and continuing jobless claims data an hour before the bell, JOLTS job openings 30 minutes into the market, crude oil inventories, that's a day late because of the holiday on 11 a.m. Eastern time. It's always funny. It usually comes out at 10:30 on Wednesdays, but when there's a holiday earlier in the week, it comes out not just on Thursday, but on Thursday at 11 a.m. So it's like it takes them a day and an extra half hour to push that number out. And then the Treasury budget number in the afternoon. Friday, and this is a preview for both days because we don't usually do a preview Thursday night going into Friday. It's the last day of the week. Most of the week is played out. But Friday we have PPI, retail sales, Michigan sentiment, business inventories, and then natty gas. So there is a lot of data on Friday. Hopefully get some action at least early on in the session. We'll be looking for that. Nothing else technically to really look at. It's usually a good trading time of year. We've had good days here this week. Last week was really great. So I'm nothing to complain about right now. And stocks and futures, the opening range plays worked even on the holiday, which was a little surprising to me. So we will be in the lab, helping you make money. Charts as usual brought to you by eSignal. If you've not taken the trial of our services, feel free to do so. We'll help you out for a couple weeks. And if you do find these videos useful, please like them on YouTube. It does help us out. Have a great trading rest of your week, and we'll talk over the weekend for next week.